Alright traders, good morning and welcome back to Mouteki.com. It is Thursday, May 20th, just around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we're going to cover the Audi CAD and the Pound CAD, setting up here with that Plan A and Plan B strategy that I like to trade around. First off, starting on the Audi CAD, we have an interesting scenario here because we are currently deciding whether or not we have found a current valid supply line in this market that has been breached. And that is the line that you can see here in red. Now the reason why I say that is because if you read this chart from right to left as we're supposed to as traders, you will see that dominantly we would first come into play with this line of supply. And when you look at this line of supply, you can see that this market is indeed reacting correctly off of it. We are seeing the continuation respect of the line of supply as resistance. And finally, we have seen here the market break above, and we are now seeing a follow through of a movement north. Now what gets me interested is that I can continue in my further analysis on my smaller compression to prove this movement that is currently happening north using the Fibonacci. But on the other hand, when you read this chart from left to right, as many would assume, you can see that we have a more dominant line of supply here in this market, which is currently also being violated. But what I didn't like was that we did not have respect within this area here in this market. And when I find my second line of supply reading from right to left, I am able to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my blue line and leave up the red line of supply. And I just wanted to show that there because many times when you're drawing your supply lines or demand lines, you may have that same type of dilemma, and I wanted to show how you can go ahead and prove that. Remember, taking your chart from right to left. So let's go ahead in here and look at what we have had occur on this pair. Okay, so far just taking a look at the movement. Once again, the line of supply, we have nice respect in here. I can highlight 5 dominant points in this movement. Coming at fresh data, looking on a smaller compression here just to get a better view at what we're talking about. Let's take it down to the 5-minute level. Now here in the 5-minute level, you can currently see what I have analyzed in my smaller compression. Here we have a nice initial movement in this market. Okay, a nice 90 pip movement or so right there. We have a retracement in this market down to the 61.8, and once we break this line of supply, notice how on the 5-minute level, how we have 1, 2, 3 strikes on this line of supply. We can't break it, and then we get a retracement, 61.8, and we see this market now break through. At the 61.8 fib expansion, we saw respect of the market. If we adjust our retracement levels there and gauge, we can see that we did not have a retracement at this point, but we did see respect of that line. We would like to see 23.6 minimum retracement respect there so we can have continue evidence on this pair. But look at what we're getting right here at New York Open. We have the rush up of the market to the 100% fib expansion, a profit target of the current direction the market is moving in. And now what we're seeing is that New York fake out at the opening hours of New York. We can see that they're trying to pull back this market here and get the retail traders to go short so they can live that retracement and then stop out and make the movement that they want. And the movement that I'm looking for in this market is that overall payment here of the 161.8 fib expansion coming at just around the 0.8905 price level on the Audi CAD. So what I'm going to look for here, this scenario to trade this market, is I'm going to look for a retracement to come in on this pair at this point. Once I get the retracement, all of these levels will be suspect levels for me to look for the market to come to and turn. If I see price action turning, I will get in on the retracements. Also, if I do not see the market pull back here to at least the 23.6 and I see it continue price action, make it above the 100% fib expansion levels, then I will definitely take an opportunity there to get in long. So on this Audi CAD, we've just set up 2 great scenarios, looking for either a retracement to continue here and then have the levels within the fib retracements all being suspect points for the market to turn, or a continuation movement here, then we will buy on the break of the 100% fib expansion. So that's what we have on the Audi CAD. Let's go ahead and take a similar setup here. Pound CAD, we would anticipate the correlation in there. Now, here we have a very nice setup on the Pound CAD. First off, just take a look at this 1-hour compression. Just take a look at this line of supply that I'm currently highlighting on your chart. Now, let's take a second here and count exactly how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points in this supply line So at 8 times, this market made it up to the supply line and was rejected by that line of supply. So that is definitely right there a proven line of supply. Now what we have seen this market do is violate this line of supply. Notice how this market here consolidated into this very tight range, and then once it couldn't make it above that line of supply, we saw that large movement north on the pair. From that large movement, what we saw was a retracement, as you can see right there, to the 382 retracement levels. From here, what we have seen is 61.8 respect. We can see that 61.8 respect. We'll take a closer look in a second here because we did have retracement respect in there. And now what we've seen is this market pre-New York rush up to that 100% fib expansion. And this is a great point for the New York market to set its fake out and see a retracement off of that to get the retail market short, and for us to look for retracements to get in here for the fulfillment of the 161.8 fib expansion. A lot of profit potential on this trade. You're looking at around 200 pip profit potential on entries on the pound CAD. So let's go ahead here. We got verification through our 1 hour. Definitely this line of supply has been breached, a definite line that the market was respecting. So since we had the line of supply breach, we're now in demand. Moving it down to the smaller compressions, let's go ahead and take this down to the 15-minute and take a look at what we have here in this market. Okay, and here is the movement. Here's my initial movement. From this point, I have a retracement. From here, notice the 61.8 respect in this market. So the market is proving itself to not only retracements, but to fib expansion levels. Okay, coming in here, what we can also see furthermore is the 23.6 respect off of the 61.8. So not only did this market prove itself to a profit, but it also proved itself to retracement. We've seen it once again here prove itself to 100% fib expansion. Here we're looking for the same scenario that we're talking about on the Audi CAD. Here on the pound CAD, we're looking for either retracement in this market, setting up my future levels to look for retracements. There you go. Or we are looking for a breach here, continuation of this movement up above the 100% fib expansion, ultimately to trade it to the 161.8 fib expansion. Now, in both these setups, time will tell what you can do. If you see a breach of those 100% fib expansions, I suggest taking longs to the 161.8 fib expansion levels. If we see retracements, look for support to be created at those retracement levels. Look for price action to give you your entry. Take your entry and take it up to the next fib expansion. So that's what we have, folks. Good to be back. We will talk to you again soon. Until then, have a good morning, good luck, and happy trading.